again he will be inflicting on himself, actually. It will be something that you won't be able to recover from. Cromwell in the back, of course, not being able to do that much because of not only the strikes but the flag as well. And now the plan for the British player seems to be putting the pressure on our Wehrmacht player using his captain and his Bren to the west and keeping him in a victory point drain that will eventually allow him to make a push in the end, get the victory points and win. In the meantime, Commandos annihilate the Pioneer Squad to the northeast portion of the map, while the Veterans Level 1 Lieutenant is being left taking shots by the sniper and some grenadiers. And now we have Captain Retreat, I think. Yeah, that was one. 3 Tommy squads, a sappers and a lieutenant move to the west. They're gonna take on those grenadiers that promptly retreat. Most probably a Wehrmacht player realized what was happening. The Bren didn't take that much of a damage. It's still gonna stay there. So that's quite not unusual, I would say, but quite clever of the Brit player, to use his captain not only to put to harass the Wehrmacht player, but also to be able to move his forces around the map so quickly. And truth is that the Wehrmacht player cannot really move in towards the Brit position so easily. Having the Commandos around, having Cromwell around, maybe some mines, you never know if the sappers have laid some mines, although the case is that they haven't. But that's the Wehrmacht player doesn't know about that, so there you go. Piat-equipped Volks, Bren-equipped Volks, quite a few weapon losses for our Brit player. Moving once again towards the Brit position, but I think the Wehrmacht player desperately needs some form of indirect fire weapon, either that being a mortar, or being a Nibel, or something like that, or being a Stuka even. Because he's not going to be able to take on the Brit position just by using his infantry like that. The flag is okay, the flag is there, but the flag does not protect the victory points. It does protect the central one, but the other two are pretty open to harassment, and that harassment eventually will actually kill, or should I say, lose the game for the Wehrmacht player. And you have to couple with that the fact that the Commando support has an ability, has an artillery ability. So, and here it comes, as I said, onto the Volks, onto the Grenadiers, onto the med bunker in the vicinity of the flag. One shot killing around 8 men. The flag is going to be decrewed and also destroyed? No, it's not going to be destroyed, it's just going to be decrewed. Sniper still around, Cromwell moving in towards the Wehrmacht player's base, taking some shots on the buildings most probably. Commandos still putting the pressure on the victory points. Wehrmacht blob of infantry versus Brit blob of infantry, now with two lieutenants, one with veterans level 2, and this is going to get scarier by the moment. Grenadiers equipped with Shreks moving to the west, trying to take on the Cromwell. Eventually, our Wehrmacht player teched up to tier 4, got his first Panzer IV out. And while all this was happening, we have a stag hunt out by our Brit player, putting some pressure in the northeast portion of the map. But the Shreks there on those Grens are going to be more than enough to take, why am I stuttering, to take on that staghound. Pioneers repairing the flag that took some significant damage in the previous engagement, and we are currently at the 24:01:02:03 second mark, minute mark, second mark, whatever. I always can't say that. Panzer IV moving out. Not so sure if it should be engaging those Piets there with the Bren nearby. You know, as we all know, the button of the Bren in conjunction with the Piets can be quite deadly at times. Although the patch changes, as I said at the beginning, have stated that the Piet accuracy versus the Panzer IV has been kind of tuned down a bit. Sniper still around. It's good to see that the Wehrmacht player micros that sniper quite good for most of the time. He is not 44 infantry kills, which is quite significant, but the fact still remains that all 3 victory points are in the hands of the Brit player, which something that does not seem like it's going to be changing anytime soon. Commandos, with the help of the Cromwell in the west, and the other 2 victory points being quite near the HQ track and the retreat. The retreat sector of the Brits is going to make it significantly difficult for the Wehrmacht player to take the VPs back in his control. The defense being put on by the Wehrmacht player is good, but it's not enough, because the victory points are what win the games. It's not how many things you kill or how long you can defend the territory. Volks in the west have no chance against the Commandos, will retreat even before capping that victory point, and at this point in time, and given the doctrine choice of the Wehrmacht player, I do not really see a change in the situation of the victory point meaning that I think the Wehrmacht player is kind of in a pickle, as some other well-known shoutcasters used to say here on GR. Of course, I'm referring to oh my god, I just forgot the names. It's been so much time since they last posted the shoutcast. I don't think they are active anymore. Oh yeah, the observation post. Yeah. That was a nice series of shoutcasts. You should check them out. Anyway, I got kind of nostalgic there. Back into the action. Flak opening fire on the Brit blob. Not gonna be enough. Nearby folks, not gonna be enough either. Artillery coming down. Sniper nearby needs to retreat. The Wehrmacht player needs to pay attention. He's not making a move, and it's fake artillery. Hell yeah. So the risk that the Wehrmacht player took was actually worth it. He didn't retreat. It was good for him because the artillery was fake. Once again, the Brit blob retreats, but the munition income for the Brit player was really at high levels for quite a long portion of the game, because he did have that plus 16 munition in his control. He does have the medium munition on his truck, giving him plus 18, same for his field support truck, plus 18 there. What I'm trying to say that there won't be a point in the game for the Brit player that he will have a munition issue with, and he will be able to, of course, heal every time he needs to. Unless, of course, the Panzer IV destroy the medic station, which just happened. Because that's my luck. Whenever I try to say something, the exact opposite happens. Firefly out for the Brit player, taking shots on the Panzer IVs. It's gonna be well, it will need to be repaired, but of course the Firefly will also act as a counter measure to those P4s. It won't be so easy for them to move forward and put the pressure on the Brit infantry. Sniper still nearby at 53 kills, but still not enough. Grenadiers and Volks trying to decap the medium victory point. Cromwell moves in Currently, the Wehrmacht player has been brought down to 88 victory points against 393, so we had literally a 300 victory point decrease for the Wehrmacht player and just around 20 being lost for the Brit player. So his harassment and his quad trick for using the captain and the retreat to captain position, as well as, I would say, the favorable starting position, being able to have his track nearby those 2 victory points to the north and the center of the map, seems to be enough for him to win the game. P-Force moving in, trying to take on the Cromwell and or the Firefly. Not seem to be doing so. They taking fire from not only the Firefly but some nearby Piats. Fact of the matter is, none of those Panzerfaust will go down just for now. And it seems that the Wehrmacht player is going to be moving with lots of infantry forces to the west, or no, he was just there to force the retreat on the reconnaissance squad, and he's gonna move once again towards the center of the map. Artillery seems to be falling on those Panzerfaust, but it is once again fake. Commandos by the west victory point take on those Volksgrenadiers and destroy them, putting down even some demolition charges, and will most probably cap that victory point or just move out of there. Eventually, and finally should I say, the Wehrmacht player capped the middle victory point, but I'm not so sure for how long that will be possible. Detonation on that demolition charge goes off, destroys a Volks or a Grenadier squad. Was it a Volks? I'm not so sure. Fact is, once again, the pressure is so high on the Wehrmacht player, victory point wise, that he doesn't have the luxury of the time luxury to set up an attack with his forces. Plus, those demo charges by the victory points seem to have crippled his infantry forces quite a bit. He now only stands at 2 Grenadier squads, a Folk squad, and a sniper, and the Pioneers, of course, and he just has 2 Panzerfaust, the Flak, and that is all. Currently at the 32-minute 08, 09, 10, 11 second mark, things look grim for the Wehrmacht player, and the Brit player, the only thing that he has to do is defend just 1 victory point because the only thing that actually the Wehrmacht player can take back is the west victory point, nothing else. The central and the north are so damn tough for the Wehrmacht player to get that I think the Wehrmacht player should have stopped trying to push head on against the Brit player a long time ago and just go for the west, try to get back that munitions and that fuel, maybe take up to, as I said, indirect fire weapons. I don't know, is it mortar? Mortar is kind of, it's kind of vulnerable to Commandos. Nebelwerfer's same, but Stuka is not. So Stuka would have actually decimated that defensive position by the trucks, the medic station, the 17, what is it, 57, how is it called? I forgot how it's called. The 17-pounder 80 gun emplacement and all that jazz. Because, the flag has been more than effective in preventing the Brit armor from moving in. What the Wehrmacht player needed was a way to take on that all-powerful Brit infantry with the support of the lieutenants, which one of them is at vet 3, the other one is at vet 1. Those are some sick bonuses that they give to the Brit infantry, and it was just now that the vet 3 lieutenant went down to the fire of some P-Force. So I guess the way our fair player seems to be thinking that he can hold this game is 2 snipers. Yeah, maybe earlier, maybe if they were two snipers earlier, it could have worked. Now it's really not gonna matter. He's down at 9 victory points. He continues to put the pressure on the Brit player, but as I said, the Brit player, the only thing that he has to do is hold on to his territory, push for the victory points, and win the game. That MG42, by the way, in the med bunker seems to have been there quite a while. Same situation like the Brennkire in the west. It's either that both players have forgot about them, or they're just there, you know, as a preventative measure against harassment in their respective positions on the map. Guess we have the final move in by the Brit player with some, no, just stay there for a while. The Tommy squads, the sappers, the lieutenants, the Cromwell moves in towards the Wehrmacht player's base. He's gonna crash some infantry, I guess, or maybe not, or maybe yes. Those infantry don't have Panzerschreck, so the Cromwell just safe. Double sniper action by the central victory point. Grenadiers joining the fight. Tommy squads, and even a mortar. Where did that come from? Was that a Commando drop thingy? Yeah, it must have been. I see glider in the back, so that mortar, I'm not so sure why he's there, but maybe it's a StarCraft-like thing when you win against a player and you drop newels and they call it dish or something like that. Maybe something like that. I'm gonna, you know, use a mortar from a glider just to show that I don't care what units I get. I'm not so sure. Sniper still alive, however, and taking on those Tommies. 8 kills for one, 72 for the other one. Give him a medal. Panzer fought to the west, taking on some Commandos, but the Commandos have already capped the point. The Panzer IV won't be able to decap it, and we are currently the victory post undrained in favor of the Brit player, and we'll soon have a game over, and that will be just now. Playback actually over, not game over. If it said game over, maybe the player that lost could insert coin and get it going. I'm so cool. Am I not? Anyway, here we are at the end of the game. As I said, kind of campy by both sides. You know, Brits are by design a bit of campers anyway. Wehrmacht can be so as well. The defensive doctrine, of course, reinforced the idea of staying back and holding your territory and what am I trying to say? Holding back, waiting for the veterancy to kick in or some armor to kick in, but you do need to be at a victory point situation that you have the luxury to wait a bit more, but this did not happen. Plus, the fact that you were trying, the Wehrmacht player was trying to take the Brit infantry head on nearby his HQ truck and his medic station wasn't exactly what I think worked out for him the best way that he would probably think it would. As I said, indirect fire weapons are, I think they are quite powerful against that entrenched positions of the Brit players nearby. It's their HQ. You know, not snipers, mortars, Nibbles, Stukas. I use them unless you have a doctrinal ability like an artillery barrage or a firestorm or something like that. You need to take that position out, and infantry only, it's not gonna cut it for you. Maybe if you had that second sniper out earlier, yeah, maybe then it would be, the pressure on the infantry of the Brit infantry would have been much higher. But Still, as you see with the snipers, the one had 70 plus kills, 74 kills. He's on my screen right now. 74 kills, and still it was not enough. Certainly, you can't play the harassment game with Wehrmacht against the US, and as it seems, even against the Brit. Brit-wise, I would think the play was kind of standard. Of course, you start on North Langres, you get either the fuel point or the munition point, you set up your tracks there, you try to fend off some early pressure by the Wehrmacht player, and frankly, with the pipe pump gone, there's not much of a pressure that the Wehrmacht player can put on the Brits right now. Either because they just can turtle behind their HQ truck, or the Bren is out and it's gonna flank your MG42, and you really can't force the Brit player off his starting position. What I think was kind of out of the box and kind of clever was the use of the captain in order to protect the whole west portion of the map. And after that thing seemed to work for him, it was just a matter of holding down one victory point, the west one, because the central and the north one were kind of untouchable by the Wehrmacht player. So all in all, changes that the patch changes that have affected the Brit play, I guess we won't be seeing any Ruse anytime soon, at least in 1v1s, because of all the nerfs that they have gotten. Staghounds not so effective either, but Cromwells, infantry, and keeping your lieutenants alive, plus the occasional emplacement in case it gets really ugly for you, are still gonna work. But we'll have to see how they work on other maps as well. As I said, the position on the north of Langres is kind of favorable for the not only for the opening of the Brit player, but also for his expansion and for his ability to control both victory points quite easily. So that's all that I had to say about the game. I hope you enjoyed the game. I hope it showcased some of the changes of the patch for either function. And yeah, that's all. I hope I hope somebody posts a PE replay or something like that, so I have material for the next week. And we're pretty close to the tournament date anyway, the 1v1 beta tournament day, so I guess we'll see what works and what doesn't in that particular tournament. So that's all for now. I hope you have a nice rest of the week. I'm KG out.